Today on View to a Grill, we're going to unbox the ThermoMaven P2 wireless thermometer. I'm going to show you some of its features, and along the way, we're going to grill a delicious pork tenderloin. I'm Johnny. Let's unbox the ThermoMaven P2 wireless thermometer. In the box, you'll find the QR card, which you can scan to download the app. Next, you have the ThermoMaven P2 main unit. You'll also find the P2 user manual and the calibration certificate, along with the recharging cord. So far, not a lot to it. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at the main unit. On the front, you'll find an OK button, 2 navigation buttons, and a set button. On one side, you'll find the power button. On the back, you'll find this little kickstand that will prop your main unit up. Also on the back, you'll find a magnet for easy mounting. And on the other side, you'll find a volume button as well as a Fahrenheit to Celsius button. Now that we've looked at the main unit or the receiver, let's take a look at the wireless probes. The ThermoMaven P2 wireless thermometer set comes with 2 probes labeled 1 and 2. On the handle of the probe is the ambient sensor. And then if you go down to the shaft of the probe, you'll find it has 3 additional sensors. And all the way down to the tip, there are 2 additional sensors for a total of 6 sensors. The thermometers are built to withstand 752 degrees Fahrenheit and are dishwasher safe. These thermometer probes also have a sharp pointy end for easy insertion. Let's go ahead and set up the ThermoMaven P2. All we're going to need to do is go to our app store and download the ThermoMaven app. Follow the on-screen instructions. Be sure to set up your Wi-Fi to get all of the ThermoMaven features. Towards the end, you'll have to pair your phone to the main unit, and you do that just by pressing the OK button. Now the ThermoMaven will finish installing and setting up itself. Now let's give this a little test. This is thermometer 2. I'll pull that out and just put it right inside of my coffee mug. And you can see how easily everything syncs up. The stand display rounds up to the nearest degree, while the app gives you to the 100th of a degree. Now that we have the ThermoMaven P2 set up, let's grill some pork tenderloins and talk about some features of the ThermoMaven P2. To grill our pork tenderloins, the first thing we're going to need is a marinade. In a large Ziploc baggie, pour in a 1/2 cup of lime juice, a 1/4 cup of avocado oil, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of all-purpose seasoning, and 1 tablespoon of Mexican oregano. Now zip it up, twirl it up, and shake it up. When you're done, you'll have a marinade that looks like this. The last thing we'll put into our marinade is some rough chopped green onions. Just throw it in the bag. Now, in case you didn't know, I have an Instagram page. Go to Instagram, follow me at View to a Grill. I'd appreciate it a lot. Now that our marinade is ready to go, let's prepare our pork tenderloins. Really, there's not a lot of preparation for pork tenderloin. All we want to do is focus on getting this silver skin off. I find the easiest way to remove the silver skin is to use a sharp pointed knife to get under the silver skin and then just slice it right off. When you're done, your pork tenderloin should look like this. So now we just need to get that pork tenderloin in the bag. Once it's in the bag, squeeze out as much of that air as possible. Now all you have to do is let that marinade in your refrigerator overnight. It's the next day. Let's go ahead and set up our grill. Today I'll be using the Golden's cast iron Kamado. The reason why I point that out is because this Kamado is made out of thick cast iron, and that should give the ThermoMaven a good test to see how it transmits through thick material. We'll get our our fire started, and just so you know, I'm using lump charcoal today. Once you see a little bit of ash, you can then dump your charcoal into your cooker. Now go ahead and spread that charcoal around for even heat distribution. Next, we'll season and wipe off our grill grates, and then close the lid so we can preheat the grill with the top vent wide open and the bottom vent open about 2 fingers wide. While the grill is preheating, let's get our pork tenderloins ready to grill. When removing the pork tenderloins from the marinade, I like to put them on a wire rack and pan and let them drain. I'll also use some of that all-purpose seasoning to re-season the outside of the pork tenderloin. Now we'll go ahead and turn on our ThermoMaven P2 by pressing the red button, and then we can go ahead and set up our cook. When I removed the wireless probes, I noticed that we were on Celsius. So in order to correct that, all we had to do was hit the Celsius to Fahrenheit button. Now I'll insert the wireless probe thermometers. You can see how instantly the ThermoMaven P2 picks up the signal. You can already read what the internal temperature is. One thing I like to do when grilling pork tenderloins is kind of push the ends of the tenderloin to the center, just so that the tenderloins can be a little thicker. So if we take a look at the display, we can see that the ThermoMaven is smart enough to know that your sound is off. I'll go ahead and touch OK because I want sound, and then confirm. Now I can touch pork, then find tenderloin and touch that, touch the next button, and then touch the start button. We've already inserted our probes, so we can skip that. And then for the second probe, we'll do exactly the same process. And here's something that I immediately noticed. Look at the top of my phone. Even though the app is not in focus, it still shows us the temperature of probe number 1. If there has been some inactivity on the base, it will actually go to sleep to conserve power. To turn it back on, all you have to do is touch one of the navigation buttons on the front. Our pork tenderloin is ready to go. Our grill has preheated. Let's go ahead and begin our cook. We can get our pork tenderloin down, and I'm going to say there are 4 sides to this pork tenderloin, even though it's round. And I'm going to give it 2 to 3 minutes per side to start. You can toggle between internal and ambient temperatures just by using the navigation buttons. It's been 2 or 3 minutes. It's time to turn our pork tenderloin. At this point, ThermoMaven has gathered enough data to estimate a done time, as seen on the little pop-up on your screen. To remove the pop-up, touch the little X and it'll go away. Another little feature I like is that if you drag your finger along those temperature lines, you can see the entire history of your cook. As we were grilling, we received our first done alert. Probe 2 is estimated to be done in 5 minutes. Having your ThermoMaven P2 connected to Wi-Fi is great. Here I am walking my dog, and I never lose connectivity. I'm toggling between my camera and the app, and you see the little red swirl that refreshes your reading. You always know what's going on in your cook. Now at this point, we're getting pretty close to being done, and all I'm going to do from here on out is have the lid open and work on the color of my tenderloin. And if you notice right here, I'm working over that hot spot, and I'm going to put the less colored part of the pork tenderloin over that hot spot to try and get it to match the darker portions of the pork tenderloin. And we're going to do that until we get our first alarm, which is right now. So on the screen, you'll see that it says to remove probe number 2 from the heat. And once you do that, you can touch the OK button. Now your pork tenderloin will go into its resting phase. And now I can let pork tenderloin number 2 go with the lid closed until we get the alarm for pork tenderloin number 2. Once the alarm goes off for pork tenderloin number 2, we'll get that removed and allow it to rest as well. Also, if you don't want to use the app to turn the alarm off, just press the OK button on the display. Now that our pork tenderloins have rested, let's check out our results. There's pork tenderloin number 1, spin to pork tenderloin number 2, and here's a nice overhead view Beautiful. And we'll go ahead and turn the alarm off by pressing OK. Let's go ahead and slice off some medallions of pork tenderloin, and it's cutting like butter. I want to spread out each one of these pieces just to give you a good look. And check out these two little medallions. Light pink, juicy, perfectly done using the chef's choice option. And then if you take a look at the rest of them right here on the board, see that same light pink color? The board has captured those juices. That looks good. And then here it is, the taste test. Absolutely phenomenal, juicy, and that citrus-based marinade really comes through. We'll give the ThermoMaven a hand and a well-deserved thumbs up. All we need to do now is press and hold the red power button until the unit powers off. I am really impressed with the new ThermoMaven P2. A great price for all the features you get in this thermometer. No problems at all. Be sure to check out the link and discount code in the description. Now, if you haven't already subscribed to View to a Grill, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching a View to a Grill. I'll see you guys next time. Take care, y'all.